Hello people, my name is SnowPro and I'm a Snowflake data engineer at Aries Data. So day before yesterday, I had completed my SnowPro Core Certification, which is the foundational certification provided by Snowflake, and I just wanted to share a video about what my preparation strategies were, how was my experience in general, and I'll keep this video very short and to the point. So let's get started. My first tip is to actually register for the exam. Now you might think how silly of me, because to appear for the exam you have to register. But if you don't register for the exam, you might just be in the illusion or delulu that you have ample of time, you just have unlimited amount of time and you can just prepare for your certification to the perfection and only then you will register for the exam. I'm sorry to break it down to you, but this is not how things work. When you actually register for the certification, you actually have a very limited time. You just know that you have to appear for the certification by, let's say, 1 month or 2 months. You can also reschedule that exam, but you have to make a promise to yourself that you are not going to reschedule that, because this is very highly linked to the next tip that I will be telling you, and I just want you to keep your preparation on the time bound. My second tip is to actually not try to learn everything, because as far as the SnowPro Core, which is the foundational exam, as far as it is concerned, you don't have to learn every single topic or very few topics in extreme details or extreme depth. The foundational certification is meant for you to get a holistic overview and high level understanding of every domain. And let's say this, I appeared for C02, which is the second version of core exam, and the C03 will also make some transition towards data governance, security and these specific domains, as Snowflake is now transitioning from just a data warehouse to data and AI platform a little more aggressively. This is a change that you should anticipate. Having said that, you cannot learn everything, so just try to understand all of the topics at a very high level. At the same time, don't just go through, let's say, a ChatGPT prompt that will just give you a very high level understanding. You have to prepare enough, but do not try to get into the level of perfection, because that does not exist. My third tip is going to be to actually appear for practice exams as much as possible. Even if you're half prepared or you just have basic understanding of every domain, try giving really good practice exams that are available on Udemy. Try to find practice exams. I'm really sorry. Try to find practice exams that are most up to date at given point of time, so that you just don't waste time on some outdated exam patterns and syllabus. The reason I'm asking you to practice exams is that it is a much better simulation of what you would experience in your real examination, and more importantly, it gives you a sense of I would say a sense of stress, a sense of pressure that you will actually feel in the practice in the actual exam, and the more you get used to it, the easier for you is to deal with that situation later on. The fourth tip is to not actually practice exam to just get every question correct, but more importantly, you have to focus on building the intuition. What do I mean by that? Let's say you come across a question that is maybe multiple select or multiple choice, and for that particular question you have 5 options before you. In that case, your immediate thinking should not be, I'll just have to get the correct option at a given moment. You have to go through each and every option, read the question very carefully. That should be a first step. The second step should be to actually read every option carefully and try to eliminate the incorrect options first. So you look at option A, does not seem right, immediately move on to option number B. You don't have to think about option A now, because that is something you have eliminated at that given point of time and you are not justifying it right now, because that is our step number 3 or 4, I think. So you go to option D. Okay, but not so. Okay, you move to option C. Yeah, option C seems correct. Option D, definitely not the correct option. Option E, okay, this could be correct answer. So you just click on both and depending on whether it is multiple select, as in you have to select multiple options, or multiple choice, which acts more like a radio button, so you will have to select only one. Now that you have selected the correct option that you think because of your intuition, now you have to justify why option A, B and option D were incorrect, considering that it was multiple select, and option A, B, D and E were incorrect, considering your question was multiple choice question. And you have to justify now why these questions were, or why these options were incorrect ones. Now forget about the correct one that you have specified, but now if you have a change of mind that maybe my intuition was wrong, that's when you actually select the correct one, because now you are trying to justify why is this particular answer or option the correct one or incorrect one. And that is something you should keep in mind, because it's not about getting the correct option or correct selection every single time. It's about eliminating the incorrect ones. That is actually going to help you to build that exam. My fifth or fourth point, I'm really sorry if I have lost the track of the sequence of or the count of tips, but yeah, my last tip would be to actually reach out to other people on LinkedIn or Reddit, whatever it is, the platform you prefer, and try to seek their guidance and experience as well, so that they can guide you on which particular domain was more emphasis on for them. But again, there are different sets of questions that are designed by Snowflake. So let's say if I had appeared for a particular set, there is a very less probability that you would appear for the same set as well, and Snowflake will just keep these things shuffling very smartly so that the exam questions and even the practice exams are not highly identical. In that case, I just don't want you to focus on the weightage that is given in the official guide of the Snowflake's website, because even though they have mentioned that AI, Snowflake architecture and platform specific questions will have 24% weightage, does not mean you will have 24 questions in your particular exam as well. So you just have to treat that every domain has equal weightage, and you have to prepare accordingly, and you have to pick up your weakest domain first, and then the second domain should be a strongest one, and this is the strategy to balance things out very smartly. So you're just covering on your weakest domain as well, but at the same time you're giving enough time to your strongest or strengthened domains as well. That is actually very necessary, because in the heat of preparing or compensating for the weakest ones, you might also lose your hold on the strongest domains as well. So this has been my preparation strategy, my exam experience as well. I know I haven't talked much about my exam experience, but that is something I will leave it up to you, because it's an adventure in itself. So let's just hope for the best, and all the best for your exams. And don't feel shy to use ChatGPT, Google Gemini, Perplexity, Claude, whatever GenAI tool you're comfortable with. Try to ask it to simplify certain topics if you find them a little difficult, if you are trying to learn things from courses or official documentation of Snowflake. And just be very smart with your preparation, and the most important thing is do not stress out. This is just an exam. I know the certification costs a lot. Maybe if your company is reimbursing that for you, it's a more valuable situation to you. But either way, every experience is valuable, whether it is success or failure. I was fortunate enough to clear my previous 2 certifications as well. So I also have Databricks Associate Certification, Databricks Data Engineer Associate Certification, and this is my first foundational certification of Snowflake, and I was glad that I could clear all of them despite being stressed out in every single way. But this is just an experience that would help you to get better as an engineer, as someone who is facing challenges, and I just wanted to share my preparation and journey. So I hope you must have learned something really interesting, and if that's the case, I really want you to leave the feedback in the comments. Also, this video is going to be uploaded on YouTube and LinkedIn as well, and possibly on Substack. So please feel free to comment what your thoughts are, what feedback would you want me to improve upon, so that I can just keep delivering better content and share better experiences with you. Thank you very much for your time, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.